heaviest I had ever been. I was exhausted all the time, obviously. 4 kids under 6. I just was in this fog all day long. I never felt good. I never felt like I was ahead of the game in anything. I just was so bogged down all the time. I had eczema all over my hands, on my legs. I had issues really bad. I was someone that went to the bathroom every few days, and that's how I always been since I was a child. I know Lindsay had the same issues. And I was just miserable. And so I also had a very tight, limited income. And so, because I was a stay-at-home mom, I was a social worker for 15 years before I stayed home with our 4th. And I needed to be able to supplement for our family. So I was looking for an opportunity like this. A friend of mine started posting about it, talking about gut health and how important gut health was. And I knew that because you hear probiotics all the time. Everyone should be on a multivitamin as well. But you hear doctors talking about probiotics. You see it all over the place at Walgreens, right? So I knew gut health was important. Did not realize until I started this journey how significant and how important it is for just overall health and wellness in general. And so I started taking the products and started sharing immediately with my friends and family because I saw the value in it. I called up my best friends when I first started, and I was like, you have to do this with me. Let's do it together. Let's be accountable. And they started with me, and those 3 people are still doing it. One of them was my mom. I made her do it. And she's healthier. We're all doing really well. But 2 months on the products, I had no more eczema, and I've not had a flare-up since. My digestive issues resolved themselves. I was no longer tired. I started noticing that within the first week or 2, like Lindsay did. And a lot of people do. And my husband's seasonal allergies are gone. He's not had a single migraine since he started, which he suffered from before Plexus. And like Sean, Mike feels so much better when he's on the products. And a lot of people will say that. They'll start the products and just notice they feel better. They can thrive throughout their day a lot better than before Plexus. And so they've been life-changing. And the reason is because Plexus is all about plant-based products that work on our gut health. They work on our weight management. We have a skincare line as well, but it's all plant-based. There's no stimulants. There's nothing artificial in them. There's no fillers. There's none of that stuff. So it really just works at the root of what's going on in your gut. Our products bring in good bacteria, balance out the bad and the bad and the good bacteria to get rid of those less desirable microbes that sit in our gut, the toxins, the yeast, all the stuff that just tears apart our gut. And that is why we suffer from all of these health issues. I mean, there's other reasons too, but a large part of that is our gut health. And so much with skin issues and allergy problems, even food allergy and sensitivities. We have several people on our team who have gluten sensitivity. And once they heal their gut and work on all those things, those issues go away and they can start reintroducing gluten and dairy and all the things. Lindsay's one of those with the dairy. She can now reintroduce those. She has reintroduced those, and it's not as big of an issue as it was with her before because you're improving your gut health. Also is our immunity, our immune system. So we like to talk about immune system on these calls because our immune system is derived from our gut. And so when you have a healthy gut, your immune system boosts up because the good bacteria are going in there. You have that balance. And that's what our body needs to fight off all the colds and things that come your way. We get sick still every once in a while, but it's very rare. And when we do get sick, it's way less intense. I used to get strep throat all the time. I used to have winter, I'd have 3 to 4 different respiratory issues, bronchitis or whatever it was. My kids also, I mean, they're young, so they're bringing home all the things, and we are rarely ever sick. Our immune systems are so strong, and it's because we're balancing out our gut and improving that gut health, and we've gotten rid of the toxins and the yeast overgrowth that we had. That's all really important. Plexus has three main tracks, really. So we have our gut health system, which we just talked about, and that's really what we're known for. Plexus has been around for 13 years, and our products have won awards for being of high quality within the market space that they're in. Our multivitamins amazing. So we really work on that gut health. We also work on a clean, plant-based approach to weight loss or weight management. So there are people who need to gain weight with Plexus, or they need to gain weight. And so they look at the weight management and think, oh my gosh, I don't want to lose weight. But those people don't lose the weight if they don't need it. What Plexus does is it puts our body into balance. So whether you need to lose weight or gain weight, Plexus is going to help with that. And then we also have a consciously clean skincare line. So that's a really amazing line because literally it's a morning serum and a night serum, and that's it. You just wash your face, put the cream on in the morning, cream on at night, and it changes your skin. It brings you even tone. It helps with anti-aging, and it just replenishes the bacteria on your skin. We have a microbiome on our skin as well, and it balances that out. It's a really great skincare line. And so those are the three lines. So any goals that you may be working on, whether you want to just improve your general health and wellness, boost your immune system, get healthy, or you want to lose weight, or you want better skin, Plexus has that. So I like to just show, well, first, does anyone have any questions or comments on what I've talked about so far? Okay. All right, sounds good. So we have, like Lindsay said, we'll go over the triplex because that's what most people will start off with that because it's really our foundation to core health and wellness. It works on reducing inflammation. It works on improving our gut health, and then it works on stabilizing your blood sugar. And so all it is three things, but 2 times a day. So you take this at night before you go to bed, and then you drink this anytime throughout your day. This is your Slim that balances your blood sugar, takes away your cravings, and gets rid of that afternoon slump. That's what Lindsay and I were talking about. After a week, we already weren't tired. That's what this is doing. It's helping with that, balancing that blood sugar so you don't have that crash in the afternoon. That crash happens because our blood sugar is spiking up and down all day long based on what foods we're taking in. So you take this probiotic and this magnesium blend at night, and then you drink this during the day. What this is doing is it is going into your gut, and it is getting rid of the yeast. It's breaking up the yeast, and it's pushing all the yeast out. And then it is also replenishing it with good bacteria strains. So this is our probiotic. Many people have heard of probiotics before, and many people have heard that they need to be refrigerated. You don't want a refrigerated probiotic because it kills the live bacteria strains. So that's the reason why they have to be refrigerated, so that the bacteria strains remain live. Well, as soon as you put that in the body, it travels through your system. It's going to be less potent by the time it reaches your gut. This one is freeze-dried, and it is designed to activate once it gets into your gut. So that's why people notice a significant difference with this probiotic. But that's it. That's the triplex, and that's what most people start off with. There's some amazing supplements to that we will add based on what your goals are. If your goal is weight loss, oftentimes MetaBurn. This is amazing because it increases your metabolism, increases your energy, improves your mood because of some adaptogens in it that are natural herbs that boost up that mood. And then it dissolves the fat around our stomach and thighs. My favorite product. Not favorite, but one of my favorite. And then we also have our Ease, which is an anti-inflammatory. And that will help you with any discomfort that you may be having. And then it decreases that inflammation at a very cellular level. So not just like inflammation on our skin, but internal inflammation. It just dissolves it and gets rid of it. So, and then also we have some protein shakes and things like that to help with if you have worked towards a weight loss goal. The other last thing I like to mention is we have a really amazing collagen. Collagen is like a buzzword on the market right now. It is really important because collagen is the second largest substance in our body next to water, and our body needs it, but it stops producing it when we're in our early 20s, and it just keeps decreasing by like 1% every year. And that's why we age. As we get older, we are wrinkly, and our inside, we're sore all the time, and that's just part of aging. But a large part of aging is because we're decreasing the amount of collagen. And so this goes in and replenishes that. And people are noticing way less aches and pains, and then they're noticing amazing skin. So, any questions on that information or comments? No? Andrea, do you want to share what products you take or you have taken?
I am on the Triplex, and I've also tried the Metaburn. I am not as consistent as I should be with the Metaburn, but I do. The thing that I am most consistent with is the Slim. I take that every day. The pills sometimes get forgotten, but they do. I will say, I mean, they're telling the truth. If you're consistent, especially, you will notice the difference fairly quickly. My son, Peyton, has horrible allergies, and he's been taking just the probiotic, and it cuts them in half. And I finally convinced him to do the whole thing. When I first started, I didn't want him to start. He was quite a bit younger, like 13, 14, but he's an adult now. So I finally got him convinced to start everything, and he just started this week. So,
Yay!
That's so exciting.
yeah,
I know. I'm really that. That's good.
Consistency is for sure the key to it. People ask me all the time if these work, and I'm like, if you take them, they work. I haven't met anybody that they don't work for that was taking them. But if you take them sometimes and then not other times, you'll go back and forth and back and forth. But if you're consistent, it just all starts to like clear up over time, because it took years for our guts to get unhealthy. And it's going to take, the nice thing is it took years for us to get feeling this horrible. And it only takes a matter of months to feel better.
Yes.
So that's always a positive. That's how I always think of it. Like, yeah, and people will think like 3 to 6 months is such a long time, but I'm like, most of us have been abusing our bodies for like
longer than that.
20, I mean, forever. And if I think about like my childhood, and I'm sure you guys are the same, we ate out of boxes a lot. Like Little Debbie's snack, like forever. And that's why I had such horrible gut issues, because really since I was probably like 7, 8, we ate a lot of crap. We drank a lot of soda. We ate a lot of chips. Andy's like,
yeah. We used to eat together a lot.
Yep. Like just a lot of junk food, but that was normal then because everyone ate like that all the time. And we had 2 working parents. So it was literally like, by the time we got to our teen years, it was fend for yourself. I ate a lot of microwave burritos.
Yeah. I still eat those sometimes.
Me too.
And back in the day, food did not have near as many preservatives as it does now also. So that's also a big thing. But it's still, even back then, it wasn't good for you either.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Our food has changed drastically over the years, and everything is loaded. And that's partly why our guts are so terrible, is because what we're putting into our bodies is nothing but fake and processed majority of the time, because everything is loaded with preservative, and all of that kills the good bacteria in our gut. And so environmental stress, food stress, life stress, all of that just wreaks havoc on your gut.
Yes.
Yeah. Good
The
stuff.
other thing I was going to say is a lot of people that I talk to me a lot. Like you always hear people talk about willpower. Like I don't have the willpower to stick to my new eating plan or to get up and move and go for a walk and blah, 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 blah. But the funny thing is when we get people on Triplex and they start to feel better, they don't feel like they're white knuckling their new habits they're trying to start like they were before. It's so much easier because our bodies physically crave. So our bodies are made up of more microbes than they are anything else. So if the majority of them that are in you are the bad bacteria we don't want, those don't want to go away. So they're making you want, like you're physically craving, like a drug, sugar, carbs, and not good carbs, like cruddy carbs. And that's why we fail, because we can white knuckle it for so long, and then one day you just can't anymore. So when people start to feel healthy, I actually just had a lady, she started with me about a month ago. She messaged me today and she's like, Lindsay, I was craving fruit and vegetables today. And I was like, yeah, this is what happens. Because I didn't even want like any of the crap in my house. And I said, this is why I told you, like it's happening. Like it's happening for you. And then when they feel like they have more energy, I have another woman who, well, she's not at work right now because COVID, but when she was at work, every lunch hour, when she used to go sit in her car to rest for her half hour, she goes on like a 2-mile walk every day on her lunch. And she never would have done that before, but she's like, I have this energy now and it just feels better. And she didn't change anything else but her walk and then like little bits of what she was eating. And she lost 30 pounds in 3 months with me. That does not happen for everyone, but it does happen for some, because once they're feeling better, they're able to start to implement these newer habits that then help them get towards the goals that they wanted before. So I was like, to throw that in there too, because that's part of how it all works together.
Well, what I love that you said that, because that brings a really good point up, and it is piggyback off of what you said before about being consistent, and if you're consistent, the products work. Lindsay and I are always very confident when we work with new people that we tell them, we know these will work. I know they will work 100%. We know how to work. We know how to make these products work for you. We've been doing this for a long time, and we can read how things are going for you. We know how to switch things up based on how you're feeling. So we know that we can get these products to work for you 100%. It just depends on if you are going to meet us there and be consistent and do it. But that's exactly what she said about how you crave things and you have more energy and motivation to do things. If you're consistent with these products, you will feel that way. It's just a guarantee. It's the way our bodies work. And so that is always so fun to hear when people report that, because it's like, yep, you're doing it. The system's working.
Yes. And the lady who lost the 30 pounds, she has PCOS, had not been able to lose weight for years. Her doctor, which I told her she should fire him and go to somebody else, but he told her to just give up. You're never going to lose weight. It's too hard when you have PCOS. Your hormones are so out of whack. There's like, you're basically beating a dead horse, like torturing yourself trying to do this. And all she switched was Plexus. And her next appointment, he was like, what have you been doing? And she's like, I took those supplements you told me were a waste of my time. I love her, by the way. I was like, yes.
That's awesome.
But yeah, so she was so excited when she was losing, because she had been so defeated before she started. And when she started too, she told me she was only giving me 3 months.
Yep.
I'll do it 3 months and then I'm done. And I was like, okay,
yep.
That's fine.
3
and
months.
Now she's been on them almost 3 years.
That's awesome.
So, yes,
Yay.
yes.
That's fantastic. Such good stories. I mean, it feels good to hear that when we can help our friends and family. And it just feels good to know that you are part of helping someone else feel better. And so let's talk about like what are some of the options that you can do to get yourself started. And so Plexus has a really good thing going on right now for new ambassadors. We have these welcome packs that you start with, and we talked about the triplex. We have some larger welcome packs that have a few other things in it too to help you reach your goals. But they're 10% off right now. And normally there is an annual membership of $39.95, but that membership gives you so many benefits. It gives you 25% off retail costs. You make commission off of your own. You can make commission off your own orders, 15 to 25% commission. And you also get a loyalty rewards program, which every time you submit a qualifying order, you will gain points. And so you can redeem those points for free product. And depending on how many products you order every month, depends on how often you can earn products. But I pretty much order enough product that I can earn products every couple of months. Usually every 2 to 3 months, you're getting free product. So it's just, I mean, it pays for itself within the first month, really. It's amazing. But this month, that's only $9.95. So you're getting 10% off your welcome pack, and you're joining a membership for only $9.95. So it's a really great time to start right now. And then we host these wellness events for everyone on our team. So once you get started, you can host one as well and invite some friends and help spread the word of health and wellness and boosting immunity and how we can all live better, healthier lives. So that's the typical way that people get started. After this call, if there's no questions, right after this call, Andrea and Lindsay will be in touch with you just to kind of feel out, do you have any health and wellness goals that you want to work on, and what their recommendations would be for products for you. Okay, are there any questions before we end the call tonight? No? Okay, great. Lindsay is a great resource. So her and Andrea will be in touch with you guys after the call. All right. Thanks, guys. Have a good night.
Thanks
you.
for
joining.
Thank you.
Thank you.